Hey guys, it's Henry here and welcome back to the Brick Loft. Today we are reviewing the 2024 Imperial Star Destroyer, set number 75394. Released in August 1st, 2024, this was one of the biggest sets of the wave. It does consist of 1,555 pieces. It comes with a recommended retail price of $149.99, 7 minifigures and ages 10 plus. So let's get into it. Starting off with the front of the box, we do have some nice detailing with the Imperial Star Destroyer build in the attack position. We do have the Death Star at the back here, which I do like particularly, along with the exclusive 25th anniversary Cal Kestis and the 7 minifigures included within the set. Turning the box around, we do get the Imperial Star Destroyer displayed in its play function, with the main function of the build being able to be opened up like so, along with the play functions displayed along the outside of the box here. The Imperial Star Destroyer is displayed open on the shipyards of Corellia, where the ship would have been produced in the Star Wars universe. Moving on to the minifigure lineup of the Imperial Star Destroyer, we are starting with the iconic Darth Vader minifigure. He is an iteration that we have seen in previous sets, though nonetheless probably the best version we do have of him. He comes with his two-toned or two-molded headpiece, along with printed torso, legs and arms, and finally he comes with his black cape and iconic red lightsaber. Moving on to our next minifigure here, we have Commander Praji. This is the first time that we are seeing this minifigure in the Star Wars lineup. It is very nice to get an exclusive figure, especially at the price point for the set. He does come with his iconic blaster, along with what I believe to be a new torso print for this set. Next up, we do have an Imperial crew member. It is nice to get one of these in the set. He does come with some great torso and leg printing. It's a shame we don't really have any arm printing, but nonetheless, I believe the torso and legs make up for this. He does come with a face print, along with his communications device printed on, which is quite a nice touch, along with his iconic trooper hat and blaster. Moving down the line of minifigures now, up next we do have an Imperial Gunner. I do love the torso and leg printing. This does really give the character a lot of detail. We do have the iconic blaster molded piece, along with the iconic helmet with the color detailing on the side. And even after, I believe, 10 years now, the helmet still looks fantastic. Next up, we do have an Imperial Navy Trooper. It is always nice to get one of these, especially with the larger helmet piece, which I do think looks very good and is well detailed. Surprisingly, with this figure, we do get a dual molded head, which is definitely interesting, though a nice addition nonetheless. If we turn the helmet around, I will give you a quick view of the alternate face there. We do have some nice back torso and front torso printing, though I think that the slight letdown would be the addition of some printed legs, which would have been nice. Finally, moving on to the last minifigure of the lineup, we do have the classic Stormtrooper minifigure. This minifigure is a female variant, along with a darker flesh tone, which is always nice to see, so Lego, we do appreciate that. Moving forward, she does include the newer, updated styled Stormtrooper helmet, which does look very good in my opinion, though the biggest downside to this is because of the helmet is wider than the older version, you cannot turn the headpiece, which is a bit of a letdown. Nonetheless, the figure does come with some very nice torso leg printing, and turning the figure around as well, we do get a nice bit of detailing on the back of the torso, along with some prints on the back of the helmet just up here. And finally, we move on to the most anticipated figure of the Imperial Star Destroyer. Part of the 25th anniversary of the Star Wars theme, every LEGO set is offering a unique one-off minifigure, this one being the exclusive Cal Kestis, which was much anticipated and requested by fans over the years. Overall, a fantastic minifigure. He does come with his iconic blue lightsaber. Printed torso and legs do look fantastic and is a very good attention to detail and is very accurate indeed. He does come with his classic 25-year plaque, which does look very good, along with the R2-D2. Turning the figure around, we do get a bit of back printing as well. I think the biggest letdown to this LEGO figure is the addition, which would have been nice, of his classic poncho, though hopefully this is something that they can add at a later date. Overall, a great lineup of minifigures for the Super Star Destroyers. Just a few notes that I would have liked to add. It would have been nice to get the poncho for the Cal Kestis minifigure, along with a additional Stormtrooper, as would have been nice considering the price of the set. Nonetheless, a very good lineup. Well, first impressions of the Imperial Star Destroyer fully built. I am pretty impressed with it myself. I do think it looks very nice and clean. Compared to previous models, it is a little bit smaller, though once built, it is actually still quite a sizable build. One thing to note about this newer model is that the entire front side of the ship is completely done in light grey pieces, whereas previous iterations did have dark grey, giving it a more rustic effect. But overall, I think it looks very good. Taking a closer look now at the top section of the build, we do get our first play functions. By pulling back and forward on this light grey cheese slope here, we do get the function of moving all 4 turrets simultaneously. This is the same on both sides here. I think the designers did do a particularly good job in hiding the laser cannons in the form of the newer spring-loaded shooters here, which can be activated by the Technic pin just here. To gain access to the interior of the ship, we have to remove this top panel here, like so. We can fold over these sections to reveal the fully stocked interior of the Imperial Star Destroyer. Taking a closer look inside the interior of the Imperial Star Destroyer, I think the designers did do a very good job of capturing as much detail as possible, considering the size of the ship itself. We do have some nice sticker detailing of the back, along with some plans for what looks like to be an Imperial Star Destroyer. Moving to the other side, we do have a hologram table, which I can only imagine being the Super Star Destroyer itself, and either a Tantive 4 or Republic ship. Moving further along here, we do have a desk of some sort. This could be Darth Vader's desk or an officer's desk, but nonetheless is a very nice addition to add. Moving towards the front of the ship now, we do have space for 2 crew members of the ship, with some nice sticker detailing giving us some control panels, though I wish these would have been printed for being a £150 set. Point to note is the attention to detail that the designers did add to the set. Down here we do have what looks like a storage container with thermal detonators, as shown here, along with some binoculars and a micro build of a mini mouth droid, which I do think looks very cool. Finally, the designers did do a very good job of adding a plate to recreate the bridge scene like in previous Star Wars iterations, and I do think it is very good because then you can play out your favorite scenes with the minifigures included. Moving on to the final play function of the set, we can find this in the top section here. Upon opening these hinged doors, we do reveal a carrying handle for the ship. I think the designers did do a very good job on this, as the handle itself is very well hidden. It does provide a lot of stability for the ship and is very well balanced and is perfect for swooshing the ship around in any play scenario. Onto the back of the ship now, we do have the engines in view. I think they did do a better job on this version than previous versions, as they do look a bit more subtle and they are more movie accurate than previous iterations, as previous ones did stick out a bit further than the previous ones. Finally, the last part of the ship is this nice storage unit here at the back. There's not much to say about this other than they do provide us with another 2 spring-loaded shooters, which is just another way and a great option for storage in case you lose one. Overall, I think the set is very good. The designers did do a very good of slightly scaling down the set, making it more manageable in my opinion. The minifigure lineup is very good, though it would have been nice to add an additional Stormtrooper. The overall build was very good and is still quite lengthy, being broken down into 14 steps, and an instruction manual over 300 pages is approaching UCS territory, so that is nice considering the price. The detail, I think the designers did do a very good job adding a lot of detail to the exterior, and working with quite a small interior, they did add a lot of play functions. They have definitely sleeked down the design and made it a lot more appealing, or should I say display value wise. They have cleaned up the gaps like on previous models, added a bit more detailing, though not too much to put it out of the water, just enough for a play scale model. In my opinion, I would probably give this set a good solid 8 out of 10. And considering the price at £150, £149.99, it is more towards the expensive side, though considering you are getting 1,500 or over 1,500 pieces for that price, and being the licensed Star Wars theme, it is a very good deal in my opinion and Lego's lineup at the moment. So let me know what you think of this set and stay tuned for the next build.